What if everything fans thought they knew about this family was only part of the story? Because what happened behind the scenes may completely change the way you see it. Stay until the end, because the final twist shocked even longtime viewers. And if you love deep dives into reality TV drama and untold stories, hit subscribe right now, because you do not want to miss what is coming next. For years, viewers watched the Brown family navigate love, change, sacrifice, and difficult choices in front of millions of people. And while many fans believed they understood exactly what was happening behind the scenes, the truth may have been far more complicated than anyone realized. Because long before emotional conversations made headlines, and long before dramatic moments sparked endless online debates, cracks had already begun forming beneath the surface. And those cracks would eventually grow into divisions that changed the family forever. What makes this story so fascinating is not simply the end of relationships, but the long trail of moments that led there. Moments that at the time seemed ordinary, but in hindsight appeared to reveal a much larger picture. One conversation, one disagreement, one decision after another gradually transformed the dynamic that viewers had followed for years. And as emotions intensified, questions started to emerge from every direction. Fans wondered whether some relationships had been receiving more attention than others, whether certain family members felt unheard, and whether years of unresolved frustrations were finally reaching a breaking point. While no one outside the family can know every detail of what happened in private, many people have continued to analyze public interviews, televised conversations, and statements made over the years, searching for clues that might explain how such a large and once united family found itself moving in completely different directions. And as each new season unfolded, the mystery only seemed to deepen, because every answer created new questions, and every revelation led to even more speculation among viewers who had invested years watching the journey unfold from the beginning. What initially appeared to be a story about family unity slowly became a story about competing perspectives, personal growth, and difficult choices that would have lasting consequences for everyone involved. And perhaps the most surprising part of all was that many of the moments now being discussed were not hidden at all. They had played out in front of audiences for years, yet their significance was only fully understood much later, after relationships changed and priorities shifted. Looking back, many patterns began emerging. Conversations about respect, trust, support, and communication appeared repeatedly, suggesting that these issues played a significant role in shaping the family dynamic over time. Meanwhile, different family members continued sharing their perspectives, creating a multifaceted narrative that resisted simple explanations, because rarely does a relationship change for just one reason. Instead, it changes through countless interactions, decisions, and experiences that accumulate gradually until a tipping point is reached. And many observers believe that is exactly what occurred here. A long process, rather than a sudden collapse, making the story both more complicated and more human than many initial headlines suggested. As viewers reflected on years of televised moments, some scenes gained new significance in retrospect. Conversations that once seemed minor suddenly appeared meaningful. Disagreements that once seemed temporary now looked like early indicators of deeper issues, and expressions of frustration that might previously have been overlooked became central pieces of the larger puzzle. This process of reevaluation fueled ongoing discussions among fans, who continued revisiting past episodes, searching for details that might provide additional context. And while opinions remained divided, the fascination persisted, because the story offered no easy conclusions. Every perspective contained elements that some viewers found understandable, and every development introduced new questions that complicated existing assumptions, creating a narrative that felt constantly evolving rather than fully resolved. And perhaps that uncertainty is what continues drawing people back, because unresolved stories often inspire stronger curiosity than stories with clear endings. Audiences want to know what happens next, whether relationships can improve, whether misunderstandings can be addressed, and whether individuals who once shared such a significant chapter of life can find common ground again, despite everything that has happened. And while no one can predict the future, the possibility of future developments keeps interest alive, ensuring that discussions continue long after specific episodes have aired. As new chapters unfold, the focus increases
increasingly shifts from what went wrong to what comes next. How will each family member define happiness moving forward? What lessons have been learned from the challenges of the past? And is reconciliation possible in any form, even if the family structure itself has fundamentally changed? These questions remain at the heart of ongoing conversations, and they ensure that the story remains relevant.
As the family entered a completely new chapter, the focus gradually shifted away from what had happened in the past and toward what the future might hold. Yet moving forward proved far more difficult than many people expected, because even when major decisions have already been made, the emotional consequences often remain for years. And that reality became a central theme in conversations surrounding the Brown family. As viewers continued following updates, interviews, and public appearances, each family member seemed to be navigating a unique path, shaped by personal goals, experiences, and lessons learned from the challenges that had unfolded over time. Some embraced fresh opportunities with visible enthusiasm, while others appeared more reflective, choosing to focus on personal growth and healing rather than public debates. And as these individual journeys developed, fans noticed something interesting. The story was no longer centered entirely on conflict. Instead, it increasingly became a story about transformation. Because whenever a family structure changes on such a large scale, everyone involved must eventually decide how they want the next chapter of life to look. And that process can be both exciting and difficult at the same time. For longtime viewers who had spent years watching the family present a vision of unity, this transition created a mixture of emotions. There was curiosity about what would happen next, but also nostalgia for what once existed. Because regardless of differing opinions, many people remembered earlier seasons as a time when the family appeared optimistic about the future and committed to making their unconventional arrangement work. However, as years passed, the realities of maintaining relationships across a large family became increasingly complicated. And those complications eventually led individuals to reevaluate priorities, expectations, and personal definitions of happiness. What makes this stage of the story particularly compelling is that there are no clear villains and heroes when viewed through a broader lens. Instead, there are people making decisions based on their own experiences, beliefs, and emotional needs. And while viewers may disagree about specific choices, most can recognize the universal challenges involved: communication, misunderstandings, shifting priorities, and the struggle to balance personal fulfillment with commitments to others. These themes resonate because they are not unique to reality television. They appear in families and relationships everywhere, albeit usually outside the public spotlight. And perhaps that is one reason audiences remain invested, because beneath the headlines and dramatic discussions, there is a deeply human story unfolding, one that reflects questions many people. After many of the most dramatic events first occurred, audiences are not merely watching a reality television narrative. They are observing an ongoing exploration of identity, relationships, and adaptation, themes that remain relevant regardless of specific circumstances. And as each new update emerges, it adds another layer to that exploration, revealing how individuals respond to change over time, rather than in a single dramatic moment. Perhaps one of the most interesting developments has been the growing emphasis on personal autonomy among various family members. Where earlier discussions often focused on collective decisions, newer conversations frequently center on individual goals, aspirations, and values, reflecting a broader shift from maintaining a unified family structure towards supporting personal journeys. And while this transition has not always been easy, it has allowed many individuals to pursue opportunities that align more closely with their own visions for the future. From a viewer perspective, this evolution provides a fascinating contrast between past and present, highlighting how people can grow in unexpected directions while still carrying lessons from previous experiences. And it also demonstrates that endings are rarely as simple as they initially appear, because what looks like a conclusion often serves as the beginning of something entirely new, a fresh chapter shaped by knowledge gained through earlier challenges. As discussions about the family continue, fan communities remain active, analyzing interviews, comparing perspectives, and debating what various developments might mean moving forward. Some viewers remain hopeful that stronger relationships can emerge over time, while others believe the family will continue evolving along separate paths.
Yet regardless of those predictions, there is widespread recognition that the story has already left a lasting impact on reality television, because it offered an unusually detailed look at how complex family dynamics can change over years rather than weeks, providing audiences with a rare opportunity to witness long-term transformation in real time. And that long-term perspective is one reason the narrative feels so different from many other reality television stories. Instead of focusing on isolated incidents, it captures an extended process of growth, conflict, adjustment, and reinvention, creating a richer and more nuanced portrait of human relationships than viewers often encounter in entertainment programming. As the future unfolds, new milestones will inevitably create additional moments for audiences to discuss, celebrate, and analyze.
Some embrace it, and others gradually learn to navigate it, one step at a time. And throughout the Brown family story, audiences have witnessed examples of all three responses, making the narrative not only entertaining, but also thought-provoking, because it encourages reflection on how individuals confront uncertainty, pursue happiness, and redefine relationships when circumstances evolve beyond expectations. In many ways, that broader message may prove more enduring than any specific disagreement or headline, because while details fade over time, themes such as resilience, growth, and adaptation continue resonating across generations and experiences, reminding viewers that even during periods of significant transition, new possibilities often emerge where least expected, and that every ending contains the potential for a new beginning waiting just beyond the horizon. And that is why this story is still making headlines, because the final chapter may not be written yet. Tell us your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy the hottest reality TV updates and deep dives, hit subscribe now and join thousands of viewers who never miss the next big reveal.